All right, so clearly it's going to be a very busy day, and you always know that the show is packed. We'll have court today, and then we'll look at sports charts, and then we'll get into the conversation with our guest on the newspaper review segment. And then we would also have some interviews for you on the show this morning. And remember, you are a very big part of the conversation. So join us on Facebook, on X, and on YouTube, and share the links. And also make sure you get interactive with us. Let's know what's on your mind with regards to all the issues we'll be discussing today. And shortly we'll be getting to the courts because Murtala Inusah is getting ready to update us on all that has been happening in the courts and what we should also look forward to. The interesting bit is that today's demonstration is also starting from the courts, and so shortly we'll be getting to Murtala and have a proper appreciation of what is happening in the judiciary, all the cases that he's been following, whether there's an update on Adu-Boahene, who was remanded into custody last week, 7 working days, we are told. And so today would be what, like day 2, some way, somehow. Even though Saturday and Sunday, Adu-Boahene also has his issues in court regarding his bail and matters arising. So much to talk about. And so when shortly we'll get to interact with Murtala Inusah on that. But I'm very keen that you do join us on social media. Perhaps you're getting ready to leave the house, and so the television was not helping. But carry us along on Facebook at GHOne TV, on YouTube, and also on X. But it's time to bring you Court Today, and the man Murtala Inusah is here. Murtala, good morning.
Just GHOne, sir.
You're looking very sharp.
I'm learning from you.
Hey.
I'm learning from you.
But there's a demonstration today. I want to see it. Murtala,
why are you not demonstrating?
Oh, you know, I actually have to be here to inform, to educate,
to bring all the live action.
To bring all the live action to my viewers. If I leave here right now, that would not be done. And I love my viewers so much. I cannot deny them.
So in other words, you are demonstrating.
Against
yeah, demonstrating.
Right, man.
Yes, how was your weekend, though?
Oh, my weekend was good. It was good. It was very hectic, but it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thank God. We thank God for life.
I have a mixed weekend. In North London, it didn't go well. As now we lost to them off.
You people should just forget about football.
Then Ghana's version of El Clasico, Super Class.
Yes, Kotoko.
Super Class.
And Hearts of Oak.
Kotoko Hearts. Some boring 0-0. I was at the stadium yesterday and actually I wasted my money. You
see?
The team paid
That's
me.
why you should just take me to the court and forget about the football. I mean, what's happening, Murtala?
Yeah, GHOne, you mentioned about Adu-Boahene.
Yes.
So last Friday, something changed by way of the very first time that he and then the wife, Major Donko, and then the company Advantage Solutions were charged officially by the Attorney General with 11 counts. They pleaded not guilty. And on Wednesday, when their plea were taken, the court directed that they remain on their previous bail conditions. The Attorney General had argued that he's interfering with potential witnesses, and so him in particular, the AG is opposing to bail. The court said, look, we want further and better particulars why you want Adu-Boahene remanded. So come on Friday, because Thursday was a holiday, for the court to sit. But then it will be dealt with in camera, behind closed doors, in chambers or in private. Rightly so. On Friday, that happened. Dr. Justice Tremsai, as you can see on your screen, the Deputy Attorney General, was the one that led the AG's team to the court. And Samuel Atachian also led Adu-Boahene in court in relation to that. So they had in-camera section for nearly about 40 minutes. And when you go back, first thing first, one of the ways of gauging to know what is happening, which party is going to smile. Sometimes you look at the facial expressions of the parties coming out, and then you know that something has changed. Particularly with respect to Samuel Atachian, you could see that he wasn't in a mood at that time. So the judge sat, Justice John Eugene Nyante made references, and in fact, he recounted what happened on Wednesday, why the court asked that the parties come on Friday, and the court was of the view that he has looked at the liberty of the accused person and the rights vis-a-vis the interest of the state, particularly also so because the AG is alleging that potential witnesses are being influenced by the accused person when granted bail. So the court said, in the light of that, the court will want to balance the whole issue. 7 working days, not 7 days. It's different from 7 days. 7 working days is different from 7 days. So you made mention about today is day 2 or day 3 or something. So Friday is not part of the 7 working days. So the 7 working days starts from today.
Okay. So he has today to Friday and then another Monday and Tuesday.
A Monday and Tuesday, then he's back in court. But what the AG or the Deputy Attorney General has assured is that once the 7 working day expires, they will release him. They will not even wait for them. You know, those days, sometimes you come a banter, you are releasing him, you are not releasing him, we don't even know where they are. He said no. At that day, once the 7 day expires, they will release him before even court.
All the Attorney General's department needs is 7 days.
7 working days.
7 working days.
Because they made the point that there's a witness who is even outside the country. And once dealing with the point, in fact, at one point in time, Samuel Atachia urged the court to include weekends in the 7 days.
Oh.
But they also made the point that some of the witnesses that we want to engage, we have to get them within working days. There's no way we can get them in weekends. The AG's office doesn't work on holiday or weekends. And they said, no, it has to work. But I said, no. Some of the witnesses that we are engaging. So the decision of the court is to ensure that within the 7 day period, the AG is able to get and prepare their witnesses so that once he's released on bail, that issue of the interference do not occur again.
Right.
So that's where Justice Nyedu-Nyante settled and all of that. Moment after, we've been engaging Samuel Atachia, that is the lead counsel for Kwabena Adu-Boahene and the other accused persons. Let's hear his reaction moment after his client was remanded.
He brought it to our attention. Let's see what they bring, you know. I don't want to, eat a meal which is not cooked. Yeah, I thought we should wait. And then what they said in the press, we will never prosecute anybody unless we have all the evidence. You see, this cancels the initial position. We don't have the evidence, but we rush the man to court. I come and plead the court for more time. That's a travesty of justice, playing with the liberty of the individual and vain experimentation. I'm not demanding, but I'm careful. Let's have a full conversation and somebody says that, oh, I'm trying to, romance the Attorney General. There's a precedent. And I've been around for some time. I don't want to talk to the Attorney General, although we are very good friends, lest somebody might even go and interpret it. And somebody might even go and lick a tape. Atta is hobnobbing with the Attorney General so that you have some advantages. That is why I'm very quiet about it. I've been around for a long time, and the Attorney General knows it. I'm a senior at the bar. I'm not cheap. For now, I don't believe I should be discussing anything with the Attorney General. And if there's anything he wants us to do outside the trial, maybe he should find a better way of doing it. Because I'm scared that the kind of propaganda that's in the public space, they can put any kind of spin or interpretation of any engagement they want to do. I'm very, very careful.
Samuel Atachia, lawyer for or lead counsel for Kwabena Adu-Boahene, who begins his 7 working days from today. And so sometime on the 13th of May, he'll be back in court, and the court will give further directions as to how this case should progress. Most often than not, prosecution will be asked to file their processes, disclosures, witness statements, and all other processes that they want to rely on, serve the accused person. They'll have to look at it, come back to court for case management conference after that. Then case management completion plan is drawn for how the trial will go, and then date is fixed for all of that. So in the coming days, we'll get that understanding and how the court want this trial to go on, all of that. So Kwabena Adu-Boahene on Friday, instead of his previous bail conditions were revoked, and then the court remanded him. So in the coming days.
So he's remanded into which custody?
Yoko's custody,
right.
Yes, Yoko's custody, because Yoko had been heavily involved in this whole matter, and it was in the custody of Yoko that he and the others were granted bail, and then they came to the court, said it was too much, it was onerous, and the court had to revise it to 80 million, 2 sureties, 1 to be justified. That is for Kwabena Adu-Boahene. The wife 80 million, no justification. So that is how
We
they
also
went.
heard from the AG when he, at the press conference, mentioned that he was confident that they were on the right path because he believes in the ability of the boss of Yoko, Raymond Archer, to be able to get the right things in
Absolutely.
place.
So for them, they believe in the kind of investigation that they are carrying out, and all that they think that will be needed to secure convictions once they start charging people. And the AG informs us the last time at the presser that this very week, so we should watch out for this very space that we've seen a lot more charges coming. The Sky Train, Professor Amiya Okunfi, he makes the point that it is ready and charges will be filed next week. And he spoke to us last week. So that next week is this week that we look forward to. Then the National Service Ghost Name Scandal. That one also, we should expect to see something from the Office of the Attorney General. Then, of course, the National Cathedral. You know, the National Cathedral. When are we expecting Ken Oforiatta in town? That is sometime in June.
In this month?
No, it's June. I think it's June, rather. June 2nd.
No, wait.
Yeah, it's June 2nd.
Yes. I saw the letter that said
the letter.
So I'm expecting him
I think, the point that was made to the effect that we want to come back in the country in June. So the countdown is on. So in less than a month, if you want to look at it in that way, we should have Ken Oforiatta, the former finance minister, back in the country in relation to issues that have been put forth. And you note that it was the Office of the Special Prosecutor initially declaring him wanted. And at one point in time, it was set aside. And because of the engagement, the correspondence that came from his legal representative and asked that he would arrive in a specific date. And sometime in June, we have been told that he will come down.
Second day of June.
Second day of June. Right. So June 2nd, we expect Ken Oforiatta. In relation to the National Cathedral, a lot of information will also come out in relation to that. So those are few things that we should look forward to and all of that. But the big one today is the demo. The demo. Yes, over this on the grounds.
The legal demo.
Yeah.
The judiciary demonstration.
So the understanding is that they will present a petition to the judiciary. There will be one to Parliament and then another to the presidency.
So all the three arms.
Yes, all the three arms of government. So they will petition them and all of that. So, but what would be the effects of this demonstration? Or in your view, what do you think this demonstration is geared toward? Yes. You don't have a view on it.
It's like
the reason. The reason I'm asking of your view is that if you look at in the scheme of things, what exactly is the demonstration focusing on? Is it the
John Mahama to revoke the suspension?
Is this the constitution that made the provision for how persons within Article 71 office holders should be impeached or removed, or it is the suspension that was activated based on provisions within the 1992 Constitution that was going to be? So, which one? I'm trying to understand.
Well, when you listen to the organizers of the demonstration, it's quite clear that they feel that the suspension is just
that is the discretionary
is the tip of the iceberg. That is a little or one of the key things that is supposed to be done in the grand scheme of things to ostensibly get John Mahama a third term among others in terms of manipulating, and that's their belief, you understand? And so the demonstration, they say, is to put pressure on John Mahama to say, you know what, you don't the decision you took to suspend the CJ, you need to revoke that and reinstate it.
Why do we believe that once the Chief Justice has been suspended, it's an outright sack?
No, you see, that's the thing. So I can tell you on authority that all the leaders of the demonstration know for a fact that the suspension does not mean a sack. They are aware. Apenyo Markin is a lawyer. Look at the people, all the people who are joining. We are talking about MPs who are lawyers belonging to the MPP, the Elephant Party. So they are aware. But then you see, it's not just about what the law says. It's about what it seems to the people. You understand? And so when you say, oh, John Mahama has suspended there, it is a sure thing to make sure that she's out of office. So we'll not allow even the suspension to stay. Because if it stays, then the probability that the CJ will be removed finally. And I mean, one communicator of the MPP made an analogy. It says that, the cockroach can never be innocent
in the midst of
the
fowl.
gathering of fowls. Oh. Exactly, regardless. So, this is politics, heavy politics.
So that is where the challenge is, where we want to politicize everything, okay? In our country, I believe that once we are dealing with something, we say this is politics, then it means it is far from what the truth should be.
Yeah, well, that's the sad aspect. But, I mean, we are here. We'll be monitoring.
So we are monitoring whatever is happening, and then we'll bring you up to date.
Thank you.
On that tomorrow morning. I know that from throughout the GHOne, we'll be on the grounds, looking at what is happening and all of that.
Definitely.
Tomorrow morning, we'll be here and bring you excerpts of whatever took place within the demonstration, also around the courts.
Amazing.
All of that.
Murtala, thank you. Thank you so much. That's Murtala Inusah. He is our legal affairs correspondent, giving us a breakdown on legal matters here on Court today.